for you. So the stock is ready to take a little bit of colour. As you see, I've done nothing here. I've just sanded it back down to about 3000 grit, and you see I've taken out the damage. Nice bit of a plug there. That end cap is going to polish beautifully. That is so silky. Some things I couldn't take out. That's was a knot, so that's filled, but the colouring will lose some of that. And you may recall the front fixing point was damaged, so I've put an infill there of ebony, and there's obviously the tip, which has come out quite well. Also, I'll just go from the back here. You'll see it's got a lovely tiger stripe in there. That's going to come out beautifully. So there's a bit of dust in there from the sanding, but you can see I've done a full length bed, and from this point forward here it's free floating. So this is actually grabs the beginning of the barrel, then it's free floating, so it will resonate beautifully. And then you can see down here it just blends beautifully into the ebony fore-end. So this is probably the last time you'll see it this colour. Looks a bit shiny because of the I've taken it down to 3000 grit will do that. You can probably hear it, it's silky smooth. Obviously wetted down and then resanded through the grits. As you can see, it's going to have some nice figuring. So I've had some alkanet root soaking for a long time. That's going to go on. So I'm going to pop some alkanet oil on here shortly, and we'll see how this beauty turns out. So I thought I'd just add a little bit more video, because the transformation from the oil is absolutely superb. Let me pick a spot here. Now this is all down to preparation. You can see the colouring here. And all of a sudden the grain just pops out. Obviously this is from the previous checkering. That will disappear once I finish the carving. And let's just take a little peek at this. It really does make the grain pop. Absolutely beautiful. And the tiger stripe on the top of the stock here, as you can see, look at that, absolutely stunning. Lovely piece of wood on what at first glance is just a standard stock. If you dig deep enough you'll find it anywhere, I guess. The beauty in the wood, that is. So as you can see, it's all starting to shine up. There are some scores that I couldn't take out because it would mean taking out too much wood. So I've had to be sympathetic, shall we say, to striking a balance between full restoration and leaving enough wood to make it look like it's not been restored, if that makes sense. So as you can see there, all of a sudden it's not looking too shabby. So I'll do the rest of the stock and let's see how it goes. And here we have the stock, and this is just after the first good coat of alkanet root oil. And as you can see, I'll bring it up a little closer. The grain really has popped, and for the eagle-eyed amongst you, you'll see the surface isn't sealed. It won't do. This is just the colouring. I've not finished by a long chalk, but you're starting to get an appreciation for how it's going to turn out. Now there are some marks on there. A lot of those are just fine checkering lines that have been left because I don't want to remove them totally. And obviously there's a few big things that I've filled. A lot of those will pale and disappear once the carving's complete. But now, hopefully, now just look at the lovely, looks like a beautiful golden bird's eye. Some lovely striping in there. Now, look at that, beautiful striping. Didn't want it too dark because you won't get such a contrast. Now, this looks like it's been polished. It hasn't. That is just the result of the alkanet root oil going on there. So it's because it's been sanded down so fine. So when it is finely polished, that's when the ebony will pop. This is where all the preparation comes into play. If you can see here, you see how tight that is. Absolutely gorgeous. And sure, there's still a few marks on here. There's one there, and you'll find them if you look for them hard enough. But oh, there's that one there, but I'd sanded about as deep as I could there. But in reality, you don't want to take everything out of it. Yeah, there's a beautiful wave going through here, which continues through the handle. I might do something with that, with the carving. We'll see. But that is absolutely stunning. Beautiful wood. As you can see, it's cleaning up on the inside as well. See, it's all starting to come together. You can see the striping on the top edge as well. Beautiful. So, still a bit of dust and dirt in there, but there will be a long way from finishing. You see the sheen that's starting to appear, and that's just from the first coat. As you can imagine, this is going to be quite tidy when it's done. So there we are. I've got a lovely Swarovski Z3 scope to go on this, in keeping with such a small light rifle. So I'm looking forward to that, but that's it at the moment. There you have it. That's it so far.